Here's what we're making. At the end of this, we're going to have quite this complicated grasping mechanism. We're going to go step by step. We're going to make the base down here first. We'll make this little sliding carriage. We'll connect it with this pusher bar. And last thing, we'll put this closing piece connected with a connecting rod. Now, before we do anything else, let's talk about drilling into these popsicle sticks. You're going to need popsicle sticks that are full size. You're going to need popsicle sticks that are half size. And you're going to need some skewers. I've found the best way to cut any of these things is with a tin snips. When you decide the parts you need to drill, give yourself a little mark. Find a safe place. If you don't have glasses, go put safety glasses on. The drill is going to go directly over it, and you're going to want to have that drill going full speed. So the drill isn't going to be going slow, carefully getting through the popsicle sticks. You're going to need lots of popsicle sticks with drilled ends. You're going to need popsicle sticks with half drilled ends. If you're like me, you might end up having to drill it after it's in place. Just make sure you're doing it safely. You can do it. Let's get started. All right, first we need to make the base. Now I'm going to attach these skewers only at the bottom and the top. This is what the piece is going to slide up and down on. And right now I'm adding the base, some triangles to the base. This will help the upright skewers be really nice and strong. So there it is put together. I recommend making it look something like this. It doesn't have to be exact. So now we're going to make the carriage that's going to slide up and down. I've got these wide popsicle sticks. So now that this, the slidey piece is on the base, what we're going to do is give some supports out here, because we're going to have a piece that's opening and closing on top of this. Now if I'd been smart, I would have drilled holes in these end pieces before I would have glued them on there. So now that we have the piece that is going to move up and down with a hole in it, and we've got our base with a hole in it, we need to make the piece that's going to help pull it open and closed as this moves up and down. We're going to insert this, and this is going to be the mechanism that opens it and closes it. I'm putting 2 of these bars in right here. That's going to make it easier to keep the pin in place. It's going to be a lot stronger. And now this pin down at the bottom, just made out of a little tiny piece of skewer, this pin can just be glued to both of those pieces. I needed to make a second hole here because I wasn't able to fit the pin in the original hole. So that's a mistake I made, and I fixed it by getting the hole in the correct spot. So now we have these linkages ready. We want to make sure that they can move freely. Just to keep it as simple as we can, we're going to make it go down to push the flower open, because now the linkage will go down here and meet like this. So I'm going to add 2 to this top one. I'm going to get it all prepped and ready, and I'm actually going to drill the hole through all 4 of these popsicle sticks right here to keep this. As it moves down, it'll open up. As it moves up, it'll pull it closed. So here we have two pieces that have lots of holes drilled in them. This is going to help me figure out exactly how long I want the connector rod to be and where I want to place it on this actual moving piece. So we can replace these with real ones later, but you'll see if we connect it way out long like this at the very end that the motion is not going to move very much. It's barely going to move at all as I move it up and down. As I bring it in closer, let's say I put it down here, it should start moving a whole lot more. And there we see it's moving the most. So I think this is the motion I want to go with right here. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to use this piece to make the connecting rod the right length, and I'm going to use this piece to know where to drill the rest of the holes in this popsicle. And now that I have all the connectors and the actual closing pieces to the right length, I'm just going to take time and assemble it. You'll notice that there are only 3 connecting rods. That's because over here I've got 2 rods coming up, and I'm going to just put it in between those 2. And I'm going to have 2 rods up at the top to keep that nice and strong. So you see, as I have 2 popsicle sticks here sandwiched around it, and I've got 2 popsicle sticks here, that makes it possible to only use 1 stick as the connecting rod. There is a preview of the motion we're going for. And now here's the main mechanism, opening and closing. As one final little step, I'm just going to add a little piece to extend this up and around so that it fully encloses the large popsicle stick hunk that we have there. Now here it is put all the way together. It's a pretty cool popsicle stick engineering project. I had a lot of fun making it, and I can't wait to see how yours turns out. Make sure you ask questions and have fun in the process. You're probably going to make a lot of mistakes. You might even have to restart. Just keep trying.